Oh, I gotta back this up.
Hey, Matt, nice swing on it. That's the one you got to see. You supply power, he'll get some power with it.
Oh.
Yep, that's fine. Back up anymore. All your stuff is yes.
Go back. Go, Matt, go!
All right, that ball is hit hard. The wind is really starting to pick up, and the rain is starting to fall hard. So we got Matty B on first base. There we go. All right. Where's Nolan?
Nolan Donaldson? Oh, shoot. No. I'm short here.
And Kyle Rogers now up.
Hey, now pick it out. Be aggressive. Turn on it.
There's a pitch to Rogers. That ball is back to the backstop, and Matt Burr is showing some getting into second base on the pass ball. Oh, what's with the glitching?
Fight hard, Maddie.
That ball is hit hard to left field, and that ball is dropped, and Matty B comes around to score, putting SIBL up 1-0, and he's tagged out at first on the run back to first base, Kyle Rogers. Got the RBI, though, and the single.
Take it out of here.
So 2 outs in the inning. Here comes Jaden Souza, who's due for a big hit. So 1-1 on Souza.
Come on, Jaden.
Pitcher gets a sign. There's the pitch. That ball's in there for strike 2. So 1-2 on Souza. Got Connor James and Zach Kern on deck. That ball is way outside, but called a strike.
Come on, Jaden, let's go.
So it's 2-2 on Souza. And now the count is full. So quick work.
Come on, Jaden.
And that ball is in there for strike 3.
There you go. Hey, come on, Maplewood. 1-0, let's go. Keep your heads up.
So 3 outs, bottom of, after 2 complete innings. SIBL has 1-0.
Come on, move it around now. Move it around.
All right, so who is this?
Hey, now present it now. Present it. Hey, that boy.
So Petter strikes out, and here comes Andrade.
We know you boys like to eat, so let's go.
All right, here comes Andrade. So 1 out in the inning, and I think I'm back up to par here. So I don't like the camera angle, but it is what it is. So that ball is in there for strike 1. Umpiring has been very off in this game so far. That ball is hit up the first base side, and that's through the first and second baseman. And Andrade is in there for a base hit. So that brings us to the top of the inning, top of the order, rather, in Travis. Travis grounded to right field, his first at bat in the first inning. That ball's in there for strike 1. Gloomy skies and flying umbrellas all over the place here. The official scorer for this game is Richard Rogers on Game Changer. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Got to say an early thank you to my technical support and help, Connor Monis. So here's the 0-2 pitch. In there for strike 3, caught looking for the second out of the inning. Here comes Furtado. Furtado wearing number 7. That ball's fouled back. That ball is high into the backstop. Wild pitch by Mello, and they almost got the runner out. So Andrade moves up to second base on the wild pitch. On Furtado. The crowd here trying to motivate the pitcher with food. Eggs, bacon, and chorizo. I'm hungry. Another wild pitch by Mello. And not a very good throw, and we've got action going on all over the place, and it's an error. Okay, so a lot of action there. So a lot of action there, and we got timeout as the pitching coach, John Souza, going out to talk to Mello. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Furtado. A run in on the errors. So it looked like 2 errors there. And struck him out for for the third out of the inning, but the damage is done. Rain is coming down pretty heavy here. And the umpires are conversing on the first base side. But they are giving the ball to the pitcher, so it looks like we're going to continue to play here. Rain coming down pretty hard. So at the end of 2.5, the score is tied 1-1. All right, we're back. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Connor James coming up to the plate for SIBL. It's a tie game, 1-1. So Maddie Burt scored last inning for SIBL. And Andrade came around to tie it up at the top half of this inning. So there's strike one for Connor. Pitch. That ball's hit to second. Second's there. Makes a grab. Throws it over to first for the out. One down here in the bottom half of the second. Here comes Zach Kern. That ball's a wild pitch. For ball one. In there for strike one. So 1-1 on Kern. In there for ball two. Here's the pitch. That ball's fouled back to the backstop. So it's 2-2. We're even here. Vargo catching for Maplewood. As I mentioned earlier, Fall River Maplewood and Swansea Independent have become quite the rivalry here over the last couple of years in All-Star Travel Baseball. I was just informed that the SIBL B team just won their last game, so congratulations to them. So the count is full. 3-2 on Kern. And you're going to hear a lot of chatter in around me, but that's because we've got the tent set up. So Kern advances on base on balls or takes a walk, whatever you want to call it. So we're at the top of the order. Here comes Jaden Cruz. So Kern on first. Cruz with the pink shoelaces. Takes ball one in dirt. Maplewood wearing the gray pants with the green and yellow piping. That ball is hit hard, and it's in the glove of the right fielder for out number 2. So just a loud out right there. And here comes Jack Souza. Pitch to Jackson is called strike. And that ball is hit to the shortstop. Shortstop takes it, runs it over to second base himself to get the third out of the inning. So that retires a side. At the end of 3 complete, we're halfway through. The score is tied up at 1. So there's a couple of players from the SIBL B team. And it is very much so raining. You can see all the umbrellas here. Everyone under the tree. Oh, that's my head right there. All right. All right. We are ready for the top half of the 4th inning.
Hey, high cheese now up and in.
Travers steps in. Mello still on the mound for SIBL. Here's the pitch. That ball is hit foul, out of play. I was saying earlier that Maplewood is wearing the gray pants with the yellow and green piping down the side and the green jerseys with the yellow writing and numbers on the front. That ball's high for ball 1. So the winner of this game takes home the championship, the Taunton East 2018 11U championship. That ball is way outside. Wild pitch. Kyle Rogers. So it's 2-1. And a big swing and a miss for strike 2. Here's the pitch. And swung on a miss for strike 3 to record the first out of the inning.
No, let's go, buddy.
Here comes Aspinall.
Come on, Nolan. Let's go. Nolan.
And that ball is hit hard, high. Owen Moniz comes in and makes the grab. So that records the second out of the inning. Ball 1. Looks like a strike to me, but I'm just the announcer. What am I? And that ball is fouled back. So it's 1-1 on Aspinall. Medeiros, I'm sorry. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. Nolan only has 64 pitches. And that's a check swing hit down to Matt Burt, who's in there to make the play in time for out number 3. So that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 4th. We're still tied 1-1 here at the Taunton East 11U championship game between SIBL and Maplewood. All right, so we're back. And that was a foul ball to Finglas, who's leading off the bottom half of the 4th inning here. So we got 1 strike on Finglas. That ball's in the dirt. Hit off the back of the umpire, Adam McLaughlin. McLaughlin's having a little bit of problem behind the plate there, but he's young. And first base umpire is Nolan Tomshiki. That ball's popped up to shortstop there to make the play for out number 1. If you're just joining us, we are in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Luke Finglas led off the inning and popped up to shortstop. Here comes Owen Monis, and he's in there, ball inside. Almost took a piece of that one on the inner part of the torso there. So it's ball one on Monis. That ball's hit down to third baseline. Third baseman there to pick it up, throws it over to first in time for the out. Looked like his foot was off the bag from where I'm standing, but the call is made. So Owen records the out on the ground out to the third base. And I just heard some kind of a buzz. Hopefully that's not like a tornado buzz. So that buzzer that you heard was a thunder warning. So here's the pitch to Mello. So it's 1-1 on Mello. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that was a ball. So it's 2-1. Nolan Donaldson on deck. Here's the pitch. Outside low for ball 3. So field maintenance is over here looking at the weather. And ball 4. So Mello takes a walk to first base. Here comes Nolan Donaldson. Justin Cleves, the bat boy. Still recovering from a broken elbow. Here comes Nolan Donaldson. So we got Mello on first. Donaldson at bat. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. There's the pitch. And that ball's in there for strike 1. That ball's hit right back to the pitcher. The pitcher bobbles it a little bit, picks it up, throws it over to first, and plenty of time to retire the side. So 3 down, and we are still tied 1-1 going into the 5th inning. We're going into the top of the 5th inning. Watching the Taunton East 11U championship game between SIBL and Maplewood of Fall River. So we're back at the 11U championship game here in Taunton East at the Taunton East Little League Complex. Here comes Vararo. How do you pronounce that name? Vareo. Okay, I was calling him Vargo this whole time. All right, so here's the pitch from Nolan Mello. Up high for ball 1. We're in the top of the 5th inning. That ball's hit right up the middle. into center field. And Maplewood with a leadoff hit. Here comes Paradise. That's a hard hit ball up the middle. Mello tried to reach for it, but was unsuccessful. A pitch to Paradise, and he goes for a bunt, and that ball was way high. I have to say that Adam McLaughlin is probably about 6'1", and that ball was above his head, and Paradise still went for the bunt on that. So a little help from Paradise. And there's the bunt, and that's a foul ball. And he called a foul ball. So 2 strikes on Paradise. Barreo's still at first.
Hey, frame it up now. Move it around.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. And he got him swinging. So the first out of the inning recorded by Paradise on a swinging third strike. Showing a little frustration as he slams the bat down. Here comes Gray. Gray wearing a pretty cool looking helmet. That ball's low for ball 1. Looks like he's got an airbrushed helmet with blue and green stars with his name on the back of it. Gray steps in. Barreo's still at first. Takes a deep breath. Mello in there for strike 1. So it's 1-1 on Gray. Gray struck out swinging way back in the second inning. That ball is hit down the foul territory, out of play for strike 2. And strike 3, that's the... That's the 12th strikeout for Nolan Mello. 12 strikeouts in this game. Unbelievable performance on the mound for Nolan Mello. Here comes Botello. That ball is at his feet. Rogers right there to pick it up. Keep the runner at first. So strike 1 on Botello. That ball is hit hard to right field. And Donaldson, the ball goes past Donaldson, and Varela goes all the way over to the third. It's there. And is he safe or is he out? And umpire Adam McLaughlin calling him safe as he dives back to third base, just barely in time. So a base hit for Botello. Moving Varela all the way over to third base. So now the go-ahead run is only 60 feet away. So a wild pitch brings in Vareo.
Don't worry about it. Let's go.
However, Cavallo goes all the way over to third on that. And that's an error by Jaden Cruz, allowing another run to come in. Cruz frustrated with himself. That ball was right there. So Botello reaches on the E6.
Talk him up, Matty B. Talk him up. Good job. That's a teammate.
Let's go,
Matt Burt goes in and talks to Nolan Peter. Don't know how to pronounce the name. That ball is high for ball one. So Botello's on first. Peter has one ball. Kyle Rogers going out to talk to Nolan Mello. If you're just joining us, we are in the top half of the fifth inning, and the score is Maplewood on top, 2 to SIBL's 1. I'm sorry, they have 3. They've scored 2 this inning. That ball is fouled back. So it's 1-1 on Peter. That ball is high. So it's 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. Sun trying to peek its way back through the clouds. Here's the payoff pitch. Got her swinging strike 3 to retire the side. 13th strikeout for Nolan Mello. It's hard to believe 13 strikeouts, and we are down by 2 runs. So at the end of 4.5, Maplewood is on top, 3 to SIBL's 1. All right, we're back. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. Here comes Matt Burt. Look, SIBL looking to get something going here. And that ball is hit hard to second base. Second baseman's there to make the play and throws it over to first for out number 1. So this out is recorded.
Hey, now, come on, have some fun up there.
Here comes Kyle Rogers. Rogers due for a massive hit.
Come on, Kyle. Get mad.
That ball is way outside. You got Jaden Souza, and if Jaden Souza and Connor James on deck. Another outside pitch. Rain's starting to come down again. Here's the pitch. That ball is hit high and foul into, I don't know, way over there somewhere. So it's 2-1 on Rogers.
Come on, Kyle. Get mad. Let's go.
Big swing and a miss. It was a good cut by Rogers. It's 2-2.
Come on, Kyle.
That ball is hit high down the first base line, and actually, no, it's behind us and foul way out of play.
Hey, now, come on, confident kid. Square it up, kid. Square it up.
Come on, Kyle.
So McLaughlin and Tamashiki are ABUA umpires. That ball is hit, dribbler down over the first in time to record the second out of the inning. Here comes Jaden Souza. That's a pitch to Souza. Looks at strike two. 1-1. Low and outside for ball two. So no one on here. If Connor James is to hit this inning, that means Jaden Souza has to get on base and called strike two over the outside corner of the plate. That ball's in the dirt for ball three. Full count. Payoff pitch is in the dirt. It actually hit him on the top of the foot as he hobbles along to first base. But we do have a base runner in Jaden Souza, and James is coming up to bat. So the coach for Maplewood calls timeout, goes over, brings the infield with him over to the pitcher's mound. And Jaden Souza is on first base. That ball did hit his foot. It looked like it hit the top of his foot. So here comes James. Time is called. Wants a new ball. There's the pitch. That ball's hit hard right to the second baseman, who's there to make the catch. It's a hard hit baseball, but it retires aside. So after 5 complete innings, Maplewood on top with 3 runs, SIBL with 1. So we go to the 6th. All right, we're back. It's the top of the 6th inning in the championship game here in East Taunton. It's the Taunton East 11U championship. Jaden Souza now on the mound for SIBL. And Andre takes a look at strike one. That ball's outside. Jaden Souza, a left-handed pitcher. The umpire asking Kyle Rogers, how wet is that ball?
Come on, Jaden, let's go, kid. Come on, Jay.
Part of the rubber. Gets his foot in there. There's the kick, the pitch, and that ball is hit high out of play on the first base side. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Andrade. Outside for ball 2.
Come on, Jaden.
So it's 2-2. SIBL comes into this game 3-0. That ball, Souza, who's there to make the catch, throws it over to Monis, makes the play at first to retire the first out of the inning. We're in the top of the 6th inning here at the Taunton Little League, the Taunton East Little League Complex. So it's the top of the order.
Come on, Sosa, let's go, kid.
Here comes Travis. That ball is high. In there for strike 1. Travis takes a look at a great pitch. Furtado on deck. And if either one of these two get on, Travers will be up at the plate. That ball is in the dirt, just at the edge of the plate. That ball is swung on, and Cruz right there to make the stab. A hard hit baseball to Jaden Cruz at shortstop to record the second out of the inning. So 2 down. Here comes Furtado.
Let's go, 2 outs. Thank you.
Go, Jay. Go get him.
There you go. Come on, Jaden.
Strike 1 on the inside corner of the plate. That ball is outside. Looked good.
Come on, Jaden.
Tuck him up infield. Tuck him up.
So it's 1-on-1 on Furtado. Here's the pitch. That ball is hit down the first base line. Foul. Owen Monis making a valiant effort trying to grab it. So it's 1-2. So Nolan Mello ended the game with 13 strikeouts and 85 pitches.
Come on, Sosa. Deep breath, chicken.
Not ended the game, but left the game. That ball is low and outside for ball
Jay, let's
2.
go, Jay. Come on, Jaden.
So the count is even 2-2 here on for Furtado.
Come on, Jaden. One more.
Swung on and missed for strike 3. And that'll retire the side. However, we are going into the bottom of the 6th inning, and SIBL has their work cut out for them. They need to score at least 2 to tie and go into extra innings if they want a chance at winning this championship. So we're back. It's the bottom of the 6th inning. Quick warm-up for the pitcher for Maplewood. So we've got Kern, and then the top of the order in Souza. In Cruz, Souza, and Finglas. A perfectly placed bunt. The pitcher and the catcher trying to run for that ball. And here we are on the top of the top of the order in Jim Cruz. That ball is high for ball 1. That ball is outside, back to the backstop, and Kern takes off for second base. Wild pitch, and he's in there standing up. So Kern in scoring position, and the pitcher, the coach for Maplewood is out there now talking with the pitcher. So Kern moves up on the wild pitch, and it's 2 balls, no strikes on Jaden Cruz. All right, here we go. That ball is low and called a strike. So low and outside for a strike. That's a bunt foul. So it's 2-2 on Cruz. Jackson Souza on deck. And that ball is hit down the third base line. Third baseman picks it up. But the runner is advanced. He's out at first. So Cruz is out on the fielder's choice. But Kern is 60 feet away from scoring. So 1 out. SIBL not going down quietly. Kern on third. And there's a bunt fouled back. So this is the third batter of the inning and the third bunt attempt of the inning for as far as batters. And it looks like they're playing small ball here to try to manufacture some runs. That ball is picked up foul. So 2 strikes on Souza. Pitcher wants a new ball. At this point, I think all the baseballs are wet, so I don't think it makes a difference. Here's the pitch. That ball is in the dirt, and no advance for Kern, who wisely stays back at third. That ball went back to the backstop, but the catcher was there very quickly to get that ball. Finglas on deck. There's the pitch. Ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Souza. And that ball is hit hard to center field. And here comes Zach. He's going to score easily. And Jackson with an RBI single. and the lead is now cut in half, so it is now 3-2. Maplewood on top with only one out in the inning, and here comes Luke Finglas, who's due for a hit.
Hey, Lukey, come on, kiddo. Come on, Finglas, right now. Punchy gap once.
Luke Finglas steps in with authority. That ball is way back to the backstop, and it bounces up, and Jackson Souza, who has some really good speed, is at second base in scoring position now. So the tying run is at second base. Luke Finglas up at the plate. There's only one out. One ball. Ball two. So tension mounting, and it looks like the pitcher is rattled. So the tying run is at second base, and that's ball. That's hit. He's hit by the pitch. Hit him right on the thigh. So the winning run in Luke Finglas is on base here in the bottom of the sixth inning. And there we go. The pitcher showing a lot of frustration, wanted to finish this game. So Estebal is coming in to pitch. It's a very exciting inning with Jackson Souza on second base, Luke Finglas the winning run, the potential winning run on first, and Owen Monis, the hero of the Blue Crab 11U Ripken Experience Championship Tournament, is about to step into the plate. Here comes Owen Monis. We're back. Estebal is the pitcher. That ball is in there for strike one. Owen Monis has great patience at the plate. That ball is a big swing and a miss for strike two. That ball is hit down the third base line and foul ball. I think that was actually a defensive attempt to reflect the ball by Matt Donaldson. So 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ball high. So 1-2. Jackson Souza represents the tying run at second base. If he can come around, we're at least going into extra innings. In there looking for strike 3. So here comes Nolan Mello. Nolan Mello and a grounded into a double play in the first inning. And walked in the fourth. And if this game is to continue, Nolan Mello will have to get on base. Here's the pitch to Mello. That ball is up there for ball 1. Outside for ball 2. So way ahead in the count, 2-0, is Nolan Mello. 2-0 pitch. Inside for ball 3. The 3-0 pitch. Ball 4, bases are loaded. The potential winning run is in scoring position. Great display of patience for Nolan Mello. And time is called. So they are discussing this. This is the third trip of the inning to the pitcher's mound.
Hey, Wheels out there. Wheels once. I want to see you over here.
So bases are loaded.
Come on, Nolan. Line drive it. Punch again.
Here comes Nolan Donaldson. Strike 1 to Nolan. That ball is outside, but called a strike. So SIBL seemingly down to their last strike. That ball is hit down the first base line, foul ball. So another life for Nolan Donaldson. Donaldson can hit. Grounded out to first in the second inning. Hit into a double play in the fourth. And that ball is hit hard and back and deep. And that's all the way to the fence. The tying run scores. Here comes the go-ahead. Here comes the winning run. And SIBL just won the championship. Unbelievable. And they are on fire. Look at this. Unbelievable. And Donaldson, the hero of the game. Wow, what a hit by Nolan Donaldson to win the game and the championship for SIBL. Woo! What a great at-bat. Unbelievable display of power right there for Nolan Donaldson. And Matt Donaldson, the third base coach, was telling Nolan all the power is coming from your legs. And that's exactly what Nolan Donaldson did. He actually reached down into his legs and used his legs for the power on that hit. What a great game. And the final score is SIBL 4, Maplewood 3. SIBL is the 11U Taunton East champions. So we've got the award presentation as both teams respectively take their side. So I'm going to let this play as I go out and take pictures. Oh, no, I got it.
Hey, that was good luck. That was good luck. See, it was good luck. That was good luck.
Manager of Maplewood talking to SIBL. So Maplewood are the runners up in this game. So Nolan Donaldson on his last strike. So Nolan Donaldson on his last strike hits a bomb to center field. So the pitcher, Matt Botello, is the MVP for Maplewood. And there's the award presentation. So this, let's see. Yep. You're good.
Then I can take pictures after.
So this game was 1 hour and 38 minutes. And the runner-up trophies are being awarded to Maplewood. So Nolan Mello with 13 strikeouts gets the player of the game. I'm sorry, he got the game ball. And Nolan Donaldson actually got the player of the game for his hard hit. So the awards have been given. And congratulations to the runners-up in Maplewood. And congratulations to the 11U champions, SIBL. So thank you very much for watching. This game will be up on YouTube. And the final score, 4-3, SIBL, the champions once again. Thanks for watching.